There comes a moment in every human life when the noise of the world grows unbearable, when the opinions of others blur into static, when the weight of your own unrealized potential presses against your chest like a silent demand. And in that moment, something ancient inside you wakes up. It whispers a truth that every great man and woman has felt, from Lincoln to Edison, from Carnegie to every quiet achiever who ever transformed their destiny. The truth is this: you are not waiting on the world. The world is waiting on you. There is a force inside you that you have barely touched, a power you have barely understood, the power of intentional self-mastery. Not the accidental growth that comes from surviving, not the unconscious habits passed down by people who settled, but the deliberate shaping of your own mind, the conscious construction of your own future. It is the moment a person stops drifting and begins directing. The moment they stop asking for permission and start claiming responsibility. The moment they understand that life will only rise to meet them when they rise to meet themselves. Look at history. Every titan of success, every architect of greatness, every builder of nations and empires, they were not the most gifted, or the most fortunate, or the most blessed. They were simply the ones who mastered themselves before they attempted to master the world. They understood a law older than civilization. Before you can command results, you must command your mind. Henry Ford was mocked for dreaming of a car for the common man. Thomas Edison was told to give up after 10,000 failures. Walt Disney was fired for lacking imagination. What separated them from the millions who surrendered? Not luck, never luck. It was intention. It was clarity. It was the unshakable belief that the human mind, when disciplined, directed, and focused, becomes a force that bends reality. But most people never learn this. They drift through life as passengers in their own minds, reacting instead of choosing, wishing instead of deciding, hoping instead of acting. They hand their power to distractions, to fear, to excuses, to the opinions of people who will never live their life or carry their dreams. And because they never decide who they are, the world decides for them. Self-mastery begins with reclaiming that decision. It begins the moment you look in the mirror and admit, I am not where I want to be, not because I lack potential, but because I have not yet become the person capable of holding the life I desire. That honesty is the birthplace of transformation. That moment is the spark that ignites the fire of change. Because no dream can outgrow the dreamer. No goal can exceed the mind that carries it. Wealth, success, purpose, resilience, these are not external rewards. They are internal consequences. They are the natural byproducts of who you become. So ask yourself, have you become the kind of person who acts with intention? Or do you still move through your days on autopilot? Are your thoughts chosen or are they inherited? Are your habits deliberate or are they convenient? Do your actions serve your future or do they serve your comfort? This is the confrontation every achiever must face. This is the battle every leader must win. Because self-mastery is not a technique or a trick, it is a transformation. It is the disciplined evolution of thoughts, beliefs, focus, and daily behavior until you become a person life cannot ignore. Your mind is the workshop. Your thoughts are the tools. Your habits are the blueprint. Your actions are the construction. And your future, your wealth, your influence, your impact is the building rising from the ground. But it all begins with intention. You cannot drift your way to greatness. You cannot sleepwalk your way to discipline. You cannot casually stumble into success. Every extraordinary life is built with extraordinary intention, the kind that refuses to be vague, unclear, or unfocused. The kind that wakes up with purpose, not confusion. The kind that speaks in declarations, not doubts. When you master your intention, you master your direction. When you master your direction, you master your habits. When you master your habits, you master your destiny. This is why the average person never experiences their potential, not because they lack the ability to grow, but because they lack the intention to grow. They wait for motivation instead of designing discipline. They wait for inspiration instead of creating clarity. They wait for certainty instead of choosing courage. And while they wait, their life remains exactly the same. But you are not average. If you were, you would not be here. You are the kind of person who hears something deeper in these words, something familiar, something ancient, something powerful. The same thing that drove the greats before you. The same thing that whispers, you are meant for more and you know it.